Welcome to your Libra horoscopes for the week ending May 18th, 2024, which is also beginning with Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to all the Libras out there, specifically my own Libra mama-in-law. I hope she has a great day. Unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to see her that day. Some horrible child, yes. And, well, so is her son, who I'm married to. So there. Yes, we have not a whole lot going on this week until the very end of the week. The moon just sort of enters Libra right on Saturday. And up until Saturday, we'll get to that in a minute because it is going to cause a little bit of a challenge, although it has its good points too, as per usual. Libra's focus really is on the mind and how the mind works. And obviously Libra is an intellectual. Libra's an air sign, so it is one of the intellectuals. One of the biggest problems I think that Librans face is that you're an intellectual ruled by an emotional planet, which is Venus. And this is why Libras have to have balance, because they're sort of always torn in one direction or another, either to feel their way through things or to think their way through things. And then both of those things kind of sort of take over and just confuse everything. And I think that this is the root of why a lot of people say that Libras are indecisive. I wouldn't say that Libras are indecisive. I mean, like, just that period. I've seen a lot of Libras make a lot of decisions. I wouldn't necessarily go with that in that way. But when a Libra is faced with a situation and what feels right, or their feelings on a subject are opposite what they know they logically need to do, that's when it's really difficult to make a decision, because it's hard to put yourself or someone else in a situation where they might feel bad. And nobody wants to do that. But I think that Libras in particular really suffer over this kind of a decision. Unfortunately, when the moon comes into your sign on Saturday, it's going to amplify that problem because, first of all, the moon is coming in bringing an influence of the past. So you will get an opportunity to see where this is not the first time you've had this problem. It is a reoccurring problem. And in this problem, the moon coming into Libra in opposition with Mars and Neptune, one, blocks your intuition or makes it difficult for you to see that it is intuitive. But Mars as well. Mars is a very aggressive energy, and both of these planets are really focused on your long-term financial goals. So it sort of blows things up. When you've been in this situation over and over and over again, this is the point where you go, enough is enough. I'm sick and tired of having this conversation, right? And that means that either you make the decision that's right for you, or you accept the fact that you're going to continue to have this conversation just a little bit longer. So that's a little bit difficult. But the good news is that the moon also lines up in a beautiful grand trine with Pluto, which is retrograde, but focused on your on your day-to-day schedule, as well as Venus, your ruling planet, and the sun and Jupiter, with an element of Uranus in there as well, that rebellious, we're not doing things like everybody else does, a kind of an influence. And all of these planets are focused on your career. So it's really that frustration has to happen in order for you to really just hardcore focus. I got to make this decision right now and the decision that is best for me. And because finances are involved, that definitely needs to be part of the decision, because the not making the decision could possibly be affecting your finances. And you definitely don't want that to happen. Also, do keep this in mind. I'm in a relationship with a Libra. We've had a conversation about something that there hasn't been a definitive decision about for years. Okay. Keep having the same conversation. I'm sure he's going absolutely crazy with the fact that this just keeps on coming up for him. And that's the thing. If something keeps coming up in all different directions, not just one person not liking it, but all different directions are saying, hey, there's a problem here. Eventually, you have to listen. And as soon as you do, things start to kind of smooth out again, and it's not quite so crazy anymore, and it's not affecting your finances in the same way anymore, and you actually start to fix your problems, if you know what I mean. I know it's difficult to get out of your own head and move forward, but when you finally do, and this is something that I have experienced numerous times in my life, when you finally do, you wonder what took you so damn long to do it, honestly. At least that's how I feel every single time I'm in that situation. Why did I fight against this for so long when it could have just been so much easier, right? But alas, we're human and it's what we do. So that's what I have for you guys this week. Not exactly the most fun thing in the world, but one of those things that we need to really address about ourselves so that we can be as successful as we possibly can without our own feelings sort of getting in the way of that success, if that makes sense. I'm Melissa Bruce, the Heavy Metal Psychic. I will see you guys next week. You guys have wonderful Mother's Day celebrations, all the Libra moms out there. Make it a great week. Make good choices, and I will see you guys next week. Have a great one.